What's up guys, welcome to Daily Refinement. In today's video we're going to go over 7 incredible tips from 7 incredible resellers. Let's get straight into it. I took these ideas from our Facebook group and I want to start off with Eleanor's have a place for everything model. And you can talk about having a dedicated space for everything, or you can show that you have a dedicated place for everything. And I find her setup beautiful. You can see here's her shipping station. She can reach all her shipping supplies from her rubber mat down here. And it's nice knowing what you ship and having all your supplies here. Here's the scale. It's clean, it's organized, the garbage is even taken out. And when you post stuff like this in the Facebook group, it's really easy for other people to find value in it and then copy your best practices, which is the point of the Facebook group, which now has over 2,000 people. So I love her shipping station, and she also posted her photo station, which is maybe the coolest one we've ever seen. It's on casters, so just like me, she built the outside of it from a metal shelf, but this one has casters, so it can be rolled out from the garage into the daylight, which gives you the best photos. Here she went over how she made it. She went over the different angles. She went over her best practices, like she can walk up and put her feet under the shelf. I did the exact same thing. That way you can put your ankles essentially right against it, lean up against it, which helps you take detailed shots. It's very, 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 very great that she was able to share how she built it. And this is fairly inexpensive. I think you can make this whole setup for a couple $100, which in comparison to the giant photo box that I used to do, that was like $500. This one's much better because it's custom, and she's a former teacher, and I think a lot of those skills transferred over because look how organized and neat this is. Like if you were trying to give a class on how to build one of these, you essentially could. So I love the setup. I love all the little notes and keys. She can use a mannequin if she wants to. In the group, we also discuss pros and cons of using a mannequin or not for clothing sellers. She's also a hard goods seller. So down here, she has the long infinity style backdrop, which I love. It's at least 5 feet wide here, you can see, which means she can take a photograph of almost anything on this shelf, which is fantastic. So she has one setup for everything. It's really beautiful, really awesome. One of the better photo setups that I've seen in the group over the years running this group. And it's pretty awesome being able to look at all the different things that people do, but having a dedicated area, having a dedicated space, that's tip number 1 from Eleanor. Reach out to her in the group and just network. She is listing 20 and selling 20, so she is at the reseller Nirvana, and she is trying to replace her teacher income with a higher income of $100,000 per year. So good luck to her. She will be able to reach it. We did the math. She just needs to bump up from 20 listings a day to 23 listings a day to reach that 100K profit, since she is at $12 profit per item. And again, these are the types of posts that people save the most time and earn the most money from. So please share as much detail as possible so that we can see what's working and what's not. So now we're gonna go to Seth. Seth, we talk about the importance of a schedule. Seth has a different day all 7 days, and that can happen if you have a family, if you want to do self-care, if you want to list, if you want to source. Your days can be different. So it's cool that Seth actually planned out 7 different days, different schedules. I'm huge on schedule. I have shared my schedule before in the past where pretty much every minute of my day is planned out because I know we're not going to be on this earth very long and I want to get as much out of it as possible. So my day is scheduled out with 10-minute increments in case something happens or I get jammed up. I can still get my schedule done because I have a lot of buffer built in. I even have 3.5 hours a day to do nothing. So during that time, I'm just brainstorming. I could even take a bubble bath every single day during that time. And it's all about how much you actually accomplish each day. So I love that Seth has actually outlined every single day, because sometimes life has it so that you can't have the same day. So I'm going to lead that into the next tip from Misty. Having her schedule planned out. Sometimes you have to do listing after your family is put away. I call it putting the baby away when the baby goes to sleep at night. So once your family is put away, you can see her drafting and listing happens 7 days a week at night. So that's just reality. She does what we say in the group. We preach shipping first. She does shipping first. She does listing last. And she does drafts as well. And she's listing 28 items a day with a family, running a household. And that is amazing. If you are at 20 to 30 listings a day, you should be able to comfortably support yourself. And you can do it all after 8 p.m. and in the morning after you take the kids to school. do your shipping. So of course, everyone's schedule is different. Everyone starts at a different place. Everyone starts with different resources, but I love when people post their schedule because for me, this is like my favorite thing to look at. I'm in here looking for hints, and I can see here she has get ready, a half an hour for get ready, which teaches me like, wow, maybe when you're running a household, you don't know what's going to happen in the morning. So she gives herself a half an hour buffer there. These little green arrows are great because you need that margin in case something happens. She also has me time every single day except for Saturday and Sunday. So she's not as fortunate as other people to get me time every single day, but 5 hours a week she has her own me time, and I love that. I think it's a fantastic way to take care of yourself and make sure that you can do this forever, because you don't want a schedule that you just do for a week or two and then give up. Next tip number 4, is Kawika was talking about being a mixtrovert, introverted and extroverted, and he and his wife celebrated 10 years of marriage, and they've had their ups and downs, but they've continued to learn to go one step at a time. So this store is just getting started, but account health is really important. So you can see here, 0 late shipments, 0 defect rate, top rated. This is the perfect place to start. So we want this sell-through rate to grow a little bit. 322 items listed and 119 sold is great. That's around 40 sales per month, or about 12 to 15% sell-through rate. I would like to see that double before this store grows, because when you're just getting started, you want to make sure that you understand how to buy and list things that sell fast. You don't want to start with a store of items that sell slowly. So it's important to understand one step at a time. Make sure your account health looks like this. No defects, no late shipment rate. If you have this, you can grow to any size. Okay, so always post your numbers. Some people will post numbers that are bigger. Let's look at, Jen is at 30,000, Bo is at 19,000, and Kawika is at 2,387. We're all at different places in our reselling journey. So just post where you're at. Post back regularly, at least once a week, ideally, so people can see how you're doing. And if you just take things one step at a time, you will maintain this top rated status as you grow. And this is the most important part of your eBay business, is the account health, because if this falls, you get slapped with the 5% defect rate penalty, and that's if you have too many item not as described. So that 5% penalty is crippling for most businesses, and also you will get lower search ranking. Number 5, Bo is one of the most amazing members. Bo is done at like 8 o'clock in the morning. So this is his really cool setup. And I think it's interesting to look at how people set up their lives. I love the adjustable height standing desk and the rubber mat down here. Clothing that's ready to go, ready to be photographed, makes it easier. And then here you can see Bo right here in the background taking the picture. Having a really good idea of what your space looks like. Here's the flat lay station right to his right. So having this clean setup makes it really easy to get to the next level, because you have everything where it's supposed to be. And this dedicated area allows Bo to actually spend the majority of his day with his family. I believe Bo has 4 kids. So very difficult to run an eBay business and 4 kids if you don't do it early or late. So Bo knocks out his listings first thing in the morning, wakes up, gets his eBay business done, moves on with the rest of the day. That's my favorite model. 100 items a week, all done before 7 o'clock in the morning, is one of my favorite eBay models. So take it from Bo, look at this setup, and again, this is my favorite thing to do ever, is to look at people's setups and just get an idea of what it looks like. Number 6. So Jen has been struggling so hard to get to $10,000 per month in sales. She finally did it. 30,000 with 1,000 sales approximately. So a little over $30 ASP. And she finally did it. So it took her not very long, 5 months, to go from $20,000 in over the 90-day period to $30,000. So make sure that you are patient with yourself, because changes and progress do not happen overnight. So I'm glad that she was able to reduce distractions. And the most improvement I saw with Jen is she likes to roller skate. She has another job. So I recommend you plan those big things first. Plan your job first, plan your fun first, and then plan your eBay store, because you want it to be a routine that you can keep up. So people who are like, oh, I don't have the time to work on my eBay business, there's no work-life balance, I think they're confused. I think people who have an excellent work-life balance start with what they want in their regular life. You schedule that, then you schedule your eBay business around that. Whatever you like to do, however you want to run your business is fine, but in my opinion, people who have a larger store have more work-life balance, not less. Okay, I know that's controversial to some people, but honestly, if you do really well, you actually have more time, not less time. So that's something that's counterintuitive, because people say, oh, Chris, he works too much. But honestly, I get to spend 20 to 40 hours a week with my family that's uninterrupted. So I don't know very many families that are able to do that, and that's because they're not as aggressively disciplined with their time. So shout out to Jen, finally hitting 30,000. I love it. So that's the final tip, but I want you to join our Facebook group. It's 2,000 members. You can join at patreon.com/the Resellers Podcast. This $34 level is where you can join the Facebook group and join over 20 hours of live coaching per week. You save 16% if you pay annually. That's a good way to go, because it's going to take you a while to build your online business. Those of you that are out there telling people you can do this in a week are totally lying. We're not saying that. Progress daily is how you do this, and it can take a while before you reach results. You can see it took Jen 5 months to grow $10,000 over the course of 90 days. So $10,000 over the course of 90 days is only $30 a day more. So it may feel very overwhelming, but growing from 20,000 to 30,000 might only be one item per day. So don't beat yourself up. All this is just one slow step at a time. Once you join the group, you can post stuff like Andy pointing out this vintage pair of Levi's, and this is in the 70s, so it's a salvage pair of Levi's 501s. And you can see in here we have lots of jean experts, including Pittsburgh Mike, who was asking about pictures of the front and asking for pictures of the patchwork. So I mean, we have experts in every single niche in the group, not just clothing. And I'm going to be doing more of these posts. So make sure that you smash the like button and consider subscribing if you like content like this, where we go over the best tips and tricks from all the different resellers around the world. Appreciate you guys. Until next time, make progress daily.